Let's discuss something that most men completely overlook: your actual level of attractiveness. The majority of guys navigate through life entirely unaware of how others perceive them. You might believe you're just another ordinary person going through daily routines, but what if you're actually far more captivating than you realize? What if you've been walking around with a natural charisma that catches attention, but since you don't recognize it, you haven't been leveraging it to your benefit? Today we're exploring the unmistakable indicators that demonstrate you possess that uncommon, effortless attraction. And listen carefully. This goes beyond physical appearance. We're talking about presence, psychology, and the unspoken communication that causes people to respond to you differently. So pay attention, because by the end of this, you'll understand exactly where you stand. Sign 1. Your presence commands the room. Have you ever entered a space and felt people noticing you? Not because of your clothing choice or anything you've said, but because your very presence communicates more powerfully than words? That's influence. That's authority. Some men enter a room and nobody notices. They merge with the background, practically invisible. Others transform the entire atmosphere of the space. They don't need to be vocal or physically imposing, but something about them demands respect. It's evident in their movement, confident posture, head held high, calm and purposeful. They don't rush or make themselves smaller. They own their space and everyone feels it. Women detect this energy and respond to it. Other men either show respect or become defensive because, whether they acknowledge it or not, they view you as competition. So if you've stepped into places and noticed people subtly reacting to your presence, you possess that quiet authority that naturally draws attention. Sign 2. Women maintain eye contact. Just a moment longer. Let's be honest. Women are highly conscious of who's looking at them. They don't make repeated eye contact by accident. If a woman glances your way, then quickly looks elsewhere, that's one thing. But if she holds that gaze for just a beat longer than necessary, she's experiencing something. Sometimes she's testing your confidence. She'll maintain eye contact just long enough to see if you can handle the intensity. Break it too quickly and she senses uncertainty. Maintain it too long and she'll feel uncomfortable. But if you hold it appropriately, then confidently shift your gaze as if it's no big deal, you've passed her test. Interestingly, some women display the opposite behavior. They actively avoid looking at you. Not from disinterest, but because making eye contact with you feels too intense. Either response indicates she's reacting to something about you. Pay attention to these signals, as eye contact remains one of the clearest indicators of attraction. Sign 3. Your words carry natural authority. Have you noticed how certain men speak and everyone listens attentively? It's not about volume or dominating conversation. It's about speaking with certainty. Attractive men don't try to impress with excessive talking. They don't rush their words. They pause thoughtfully before speaking, their voice steady, deep, and deliberate. They don't fill silence with nervous chatter, and when they do speak, people lean in because their words have substance. Women immediately pick up on this quality. If you've noticed a woman subtly leaning closer during conversation, or she continues asking questions to keep the dialogue going, she's engaged and invested. That's because you're projecting the energy of a man who knows himself. Remember, it's rarely about what you say, it's how you say it. Speak with genuine confidence and watch how others respond. Sign 4. People respect your personal space without prompting. This indicator is subtle, but once you recognize it, you'll notice it everywhere. Have you been in crowded environments and realized people naturally create space for you? You're not pushing through or demanding room. You're simply moving with purpose, and somehow the crowd parts for you. That's not coincidence, that's presence. When a man carries himself with authority, others unconsciously respect his space. Even in social settings, some men get overlooked while others receive automatic attention. The difference isn't physical size, it's energy projection. Women immediately recognize this quality. If a man commands space, she assumes he's significant. And in attraction dynamics, perceived importance is everything. Next time you're in public, observe how people react. If they subtly adjust when you sit down or create space without you asking, you're projecting the kind of energy that naturally commands respect. Sign 5. Women create opportunities to be near you. Here's the truth. Women rarely approach directly to express interest, but when attracted, they'll find ways to enter your proximity. I'm not referring to coincidences. Have you been at the gym, a social venue, or simply walking down the street and noticed a particular woman appearing repeatedly around you? Perhaps she passes by more than necessary, stands just close enough to be noticed while adjusting her appearance, or pretends to check her phone. Maybe she even accidentally bumps into you. These aren't random occurrences. They're intentional. Women position themselves within your awareness, hoping you'll notice. They want attention but maintain plausible deniability. The most revealing sign? Unnecessary conversation. If she asks seemingly pointless questions, laughs disproportionately at your jokes, or finds any reason to extend the interaction, she's creating excuses to remain in your space. The fundamental truth is this: a disinterested woman will actively avoid proximity to you, while an attracted woman will ensure she remains within reach. Sign 6. You remain unfazed by social pressure. This quality separates truly magnetic men from those simply playing the part. When everyone zigs, you're comfortable zagging. You don't change your opinions based on what's popular, and you don't alter your behavior to fit in. This unwavering authenticity creates a powerful attraction most men never experience. In social situations, most guys unconsciously look for approval. They adjust their statements, laugh at jokes they don't find funny, and compromise their values for acceptance. But when you remain steadfast in your convictions, people notice. Women especially are drawn to this rare quality because it signals something deeper than physical attraction. It demonstrates psychological strength and emotional maturity. Man, you'll notice this when people start asking for your opinion specifically, when they remember what you've said long after conversations end, or when they reference your perspectives even in your absence. That impact isn't just respect. It's the mark of a man whose presence lingers even when he's gone. Remember, true attraction transcends appearance. It's about energy and presence. When you begin owning your space, moving with intention, and speaking with conviction, the world around you transforms. You stop pursuing. You stop attempting to prove your worth. And suddenly, everything and everyone begins gravitating towards you naturally. So pay attention to these indicators, because once you recognize them, your perception will permanently shift, and that's when everything changes. Sign 7. Your calm under pressure becomes magnetic. There's something profoundly attractive about a man who remains composed when everything around him descends into chaos. While others panic, raise their voices, or become visibly stressed, you maintain your equilibrium, speaking clearly, thinking rationally, and acting decisively. This rare quality doesn't just command respect, it creates an almost gravitational pull of attraction. Think about emergency situations, work crises, or even heated social conflicts. These moments reveal a man's true character. Women observe how you navigate these high-pressure scenarios with particular attention, because evolutionarily they're assessing your capacity as a potential protector and leader. When you demonstrate the ability to process complex situations without emotional reactivity, you trigger a primal attraction response that goes beyond conscious thought. You'll notice this when people consistently turn to you during difficult moments, when your opinion carries extra weight in tense situations, or when women specifically mention how calming your presence feels. This isn't just about appearing cool. It's about genuinely developing the emotional intelligence and self-control that allows you to process stress differently than most men. Master this quality, and you'll possess an attraction superpower that few men ever develop but all instinctively respect. Final thoughts. Cultivating your natural magnetism. Here's what most men never grasp. These qualities aren't fixed traits you either have or don't have. They're skills that can be deliberately developed through consistent practice and self-awareness. Start by observing the most naturally attractive men in your environment. Notice how they move, speak, and respond to others. What you'll find is they're rarely the loudest, rarely the most physically imposing, but they possess something more valuable: genuine self-assurance. Begin with posture and stand tall with your shoulders back, not as an affectation, but as a physical reminder of your own worth. Practice speaking more slowly with purpose, eliminating filler words and unnecessary apologies. The journey to becoming genuinely magnetic isn't about manipulating others' perceptions. It's about becoming so comfortable in your own skin that your mere presence communicates strength, reliability, and quiet confidence.